stretched to the limit, responding to hundreds of calls for help from people whose homes have been flooded or damaged by 5 tornadoes that tore through the Wellbrook region yesterday. Police have received multiple reports of tornado activity in the Harvey Bay region this morning, but blackouts, broken telephone lines and flooded roads are making it hard to confirm. The Bureau says ex-tropical cyclone Oswald is delivering hundreds of millimetres of rain in the Wide Bay, Burnett and southeast coast. To make matters worse, severe thunderstorms are moving in just north of Brisbane near Deception Bay, Beachmere and Burpengary. Francis Tapham, ABC News.
Meanwhile, the winds are picking up and heavy rains continuing to fall in parts of northern New South Wales as the storm system causing havoc in Queensland moves further south. A flood watch is current for a number of river valleys along the coast, and people are being warned to stay away from dangerous surf. Forecaster Dimitri Danchuk says conditions may worsen today, with 200 millimetres of rain expected in some parts of the Northern Rivers region.
Since 9 o'clock Saturday morning, far northern parts of Northern Rivers district already accumulated in excess of 100 millimetres of rain. One location in particular, that is up Barrows River, accumulated 138 millimetres.
There's been rioting in the Egyptian city of Port Said after a court sentenced 21 people to death for their part in deadly violence at a soccer match in the city last year. The BBC's Alan Mackball is in Cairo and says at least 30 people have been killed and hundreds injured in the latest unrest.
Outside on the streets of Cairo, Al-Ahly fans celebrated. There had been so much anger over the last year since over 70 Al-Ahly fans were killed in Port Said Stadium after a match. Fans accused the police of being complicit, of locking the gates to the ground and looking on as Al-Ahly supporters were kicked, stabbed and clubbed to death. But it is in Port Said that there's fury now. Families of those sentenced to death tried to storm the prison there. Scores have been injured and the number of those killed in the riots, including police, is rising.
Hackers claiming to be from the activist group Anonymous have hacked a US government website in response to the death of internet activist Aaron Swartz. They've embedded a video statement on the homepage of the US Sentencing Commission. In it, Anonymous refers to the death of Mr. Schwartz, an activist who apparently killed himself in January. The 26-year-old was facing hacking charges, and his federal trial was due to be held next month. Following his death, his family released a statement blaming intimidation from the criminal justice system. In the video, Anonymous labels the justice system broken and threatens to release sensitive, classified information if changes aren't made. In tennis, world number 1 Victoria Azarenka has won a dramatic Australian Open final against China's Li Na. Li won the first set but needed injury breaks in the second and third sets. The first was for a rolled ankle, the second for suspected concussion after a fall when she hit her head on the court, and Azarenka kept her cool during the lengthy breaks and went on to win 4-6, 6-4, 6-3.
In this kind of matches, you always have to take the opportunity of the important moments, and in the second set and the third set, that's what I was doing better.
Australia has suffered a 5-wicket loss to Sri Lanka in the opening 2020 match in Sydney. David Warner was unbeaten on 90 from 62 when Australia reached the end of its 20 overs at 3 for 137. Sri Lanka surpassed the target with 7 balls to spare. Mitchell Stark, bowler, says the team didn't score enough runs in its innings.
I think they bowled very well. Obviously the Yorkers very well at the end. Obviously David batted quite well at the top, and to get the innings, which we want to see that to do, is have a batsman bat through and score a big score. And we thought 130, 140 was probably maybe just fine, and obviously would have liked to get to the 150 mark.
Brisbane rain 25, windy in Sydney 26, Canberra showers 28, Adelaide morning showers 25, first sunny 36, stormy in Darwin.
Take some time to check out our webpage at abc.net.au/AliceFreeze. You'll find all the latest world, national and local news, as well as competitions, podcasts, emergency info, presenter profiles, blogs, recipes, weather, sports, events, videos, and lots more. Join the conversation, get informed and find out what's really going on at abc.net.au/AliceFreeze.
Overnight, Rod Queen on ABC, local radio.
And good news from paper chucking. Yes, Everton through to the next round of the FA Cup. They beat Bolton. Very exciting news there. Thank you very much for that, mate. Well, what's Australia Day weekend? It's a good way of celebrating Australian music. A familiar tune, unfamiliar artist perhaps, that is Richard Clayderman and his version of the John Paul Young hit Love Is in the Air.